Seattle Seahawks taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's Smith. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. First carry here for Ken Walker. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. That's a 13 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. on 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Carr.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Carr to throw again. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught just inside the 10.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Five yards from the end zone, 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. out as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? It always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He hits Adams complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Josh Jacobs with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a three-possession game.
15 yards there for number 15.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And down he goes. Max Crosby has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Smith.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Carr again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
First down Raiders, Carr to Waller.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary, partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Straight ahead, Walker. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Smith. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Carr going to throw here. This is caught. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Throwing now is Carr. for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Escaping the pressure right.
And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to get it.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Carr going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Carr.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Las Vegas,
they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. There, they'll look to regroup next week as they head to LA to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.